So Ghana's parliament has resumed sitting today after a week-long special meeting during which the lawmakers will consider a number of new multi-million-dollar loan and other agreements. But the members of parliament are not sitting inside the usual parliamentary chamber within the State House complex in Accra. Instead, a makeshift parliamentary chamber has been prepared within the Accra International Conference Center to host the MPs for the next few days. Let's get more on this from our parliamentary correspondent, Emmanuel Ante. Ima?
Hello?
Ima, what more can you tell us about this? I think we have lost Emmanuel Ante there again. We'll put in efforts to raise him over the telephone. But we can turn attention to some consumers who are absolutely surprised at the tariff increase for water and electricity, which takes effect October 1, 2014. According to these consumers, previous promises by the utility companies to improve service delivery have failed. PURC on Tuesday announced a 6.54% increase in electricity tariff and a 4.54% increase in water tariff, making it the third time this year that the Commission has increased tariffs for electricity and water.
We all hear about the problems that these utility providers are facing regarding, putting in place measures to curb some of the waste in the system. And as long as they have not been able to come out with information to indicate to the citizenry that this is what they have done to reduce the waste, then they have no business increasing the tariffs. They have no business at all. There's so much wastage in the system, and it's all about the leadership. The political leadership should sit up and call on these bodies to let us know exactly what they have done to decrease the wastage. We all know what is going on, the financial malfeasances and the rest regarding all these top shops. People are handling some of these institutions, yet they are doing nothing. Right.
Finally, what do you suggest that they do, or what do you suggest that be done in terms of the...
We want to see them offering Ghanaians good governance. There's so much wastage in the system. You talk about people tapping electricity and the rest. They should make sure that everybody has access to meters. I don't have to be sharing meter with somebody if I'm not using the same items. These are things that they have to address. Then we can support them when they come out to increase. But as long as they are not doing these things, I think the government must come out and tell us something more credible, because this is going to impact on goods and services.
Because now everything is hard, there's no money, so if they increase, we will not get the money to pay.
I heard the news yesterday, and according to their explanation, they are saying that without that they cannot do their work. They have to increase it so that they can take care of the systems. So we have no option. For them not to increase them, there will be shortage of water, there will be shortage of light. It's not fair. For them increasing, or get all what we want, if only we can afford. We are praying for that, so that each Ghanaian can get to afford his bills.
Personally, I think adjustment is good, just to equip the utility companies. But I also think the timing is so bad, especially at this time that everything has gone up in terms of taxes. Their operations are also not all that normal. So I think the government can postpone it for now, and then maybe look in the future, maybe next year, if things stabilize, then they can do adjustments so that they can even give us quality services. Previously, they've also said we should pay more for quality service, but when you look at their record, they are not living up to expectations.
We are appealing to the ECG and water workers to actually reconsider this decision, because it's actually a drain on the economy of the individual. And so we are pleading with the government, and so that they try to do well, and so that the pay pocket of each individual will be able to meet the economic trend of the at the moment.
Let's get back to Parliament. Emmanuel Antes joined us over the telephone with detail from the House, or the makeshift House, if you like. Well, Ima, what can you tell us about business of the House today?
Well, Community, the House just started. They just came to the chamber. And one significant thing happening here is that we, the media, are not allowed to go into the conference center because that's where it has been turned into a makeshift chamber for members. So we are monitoring proceedings from a projector outside that has been mounted outside the chamber, the makeshift chamber, which is the conference center. We have been giving a monitor outside that we are sitting there watching and monitoring what is going on. But we are not allowed in there.
Do we have an idea what we expected after the sit-in today? What we should expect after the sit-in today?
Yeah, well, the main reason for this emergency sitting, Parliament has not resumed yet. They are officially expected to resume on the 27th or 28th of this month. But the reason why they have come to this particular emergency sitting is just to approve of Spielberger's vetting. Because without that, he cannot go into office. And we know the sensitivity related or associated with the ministry he's now going to occupy. So it can't stay vacant for a long time. And that was the reason why the Speaker summoned the members to come, so that they approve or disapprove with the recommendations from the vetting committee. So that's why we are here. And the House just resumed sitting. They are now going through the formalities, and then other things will be conducted.
I see. We'll leave it here for now. Thank you very much, Emmanuel Antes, a parliamentary correspondent. Now, the Ghana Union of Traders Association is asking its members to ignore circulars from the Ghana Standards Authority seeking to implement the Ghana Conformity Assessment Program from November 1. According to the union, if their concerns are not addressed prior to implementation of the policy, their members will be driven out of business.
The union is making the case that most of its members are informal operators who purchase goods from the open markets for shipment. As such, it will be impossible for them to obtain the conformity certificates from manufacturers as required by the new Ghana Conformity Assessment Program for clearance. The union wants broader consultation with the Ghana Standards Authority for a clarification of some of the pertinent issues so members can better understand the process.
About 70% of them purchase or procure their goods from the open market of the country of import. Example, China, Dubai, Turkey, India, and consolidate the goods into mixed containers and ship them into the country. Under this circumstance, it will be impossible to capture this group of importers into such a program since they do not buy goods direct from the manufacturers.
The union is unhappy the Standards Authority has pushed back the effective date for only a month after Parliament and the Trade Ministry asked that the policy be suspended until consensus is reached.
If they want us to send us back to the pre-shipment, we are not against that. We have nothing to fear. But for you to have destination inspection and then asking some third-party service providers like SGS and Bureau Veritas, BIVAC, to go out there and doing inspection means that you are still doing some sort of pre-shipment out there. And that is what we are saying we're against. Can we have a triple or quadruple or double functions at the cost of who?
The authority has, however, sought to put to rest claims that additional fees would be imposed on importers, explaining the quality verification is to be conducted in the exporting country and verification and registration fees paid by the supplier and not the importer. The Standards Authority at the launch of GCAP indicated it is to ensure substandard products do not find their way into the country in order to protect citizens and the environment. According to the authority, exporters and importers are responsible for ensuring that their shipments fully comply with the conformity standards.
There's more ahead here on News Today. Don't go away.